We are horned up. We are horned up. Viking funerals in with withdrawals. 2 weeks is too freaking long. Well, we're here.
He's
We're
all
very
backed
happy.
up. He's ready to blow. Yes, Horned Up is back. New night, new time, and dare we say, a whole new season.
A whole new world.
Don't you dare close your thighs.
Yeah, we're gonna be live Tuesdays and Thursdays all throughout the off season. Very excited about that. I'm excited about the 6 o'clock as well. Usually my bedtime is 7:15 Central Standard Time, so this will work lovely.
Yeah, you were really working without sleep the last couple of years doing the Horned Up on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock.
Yep. Mason M is in the house. Mr. Walker's in the house. Anthony, Davey, Harmsy. Harmsy's already thrown out that 5 spot, by the way. Patrick, love you, man. And you said in case he misses the show, he's here right now. So
I saw him. Yeah,
it's a win-win situation.
Yeah, he says it's been a nice, peaceful 2 weeks. I don't know if that means he's just
that we should take
it when we're gone.
To that.
I don't know. I feel like
Mark's in the house. He's stopping by. Julian Marker. Good to see you, football junkie. What's up, 30 Dogs? We're going to talk a lot of free agency. We're going to talk some draft. So how we're going to do it is Thursday is probably more geared towards free agency. Still some draft trickled in. Tuesdays, when we go live, we're going to be doing some live mock drafts. Probably bring you guys on and help us out too. So
yeah, still haven't quite named that show yet, but we got a couple that are swirling the drain.
That probably would just be Tuesday show.
That's a horrible name for a show. Horrible name for a show. Yeah, definitely free agent talk, definitely draft. We're gonna have our draft crush of the week. Each drop one of those. One bar is gonna go and do the under a minute with underdog at the end, and someone's gonna come on and predict if he's gonna win or not. And if you do that, I'm giving away a hat to you.
Yeah, we're giving away hats tonight, anyways. So stick around, grab a brewski, grab a nice Sprite Sierra Mist. We'll give her a couple of minutes before we dive into this baby.
Maybe a nice chai tea. That's your
Julian
thing.
Marker's already getting into the Kirk Cousins talk. We got some Kirk Cousins talkers. We're going to be talking off-season plans. Let's see. Kirk, top 3 free agent priorities. Talk some draft scenarios.
I'm going to do some origami.
T-Bass wants nobody on the team, but he never says who he wants to come on the team.
Yeah,
he wants Desmond Ritter. That's all I know. Or not Desmond Ritter, Spencer Rattler.
Let Kirk walk and trade JJ. We're not nothing left. What a shitty team that's going to be.
He never has a solution. Just
Dirk Diggler. Boys are back.
Yeah, hit that like button when you guys are coming in. Hit that like button. We'll be here for a while. So, Dirk Diggler. It's been a while. Dirk.
Dirky. Hell yeah. Hand jobs will be given out tonight. That's for sure.
Courtesy of Dirk Diggler.
Bet he sucks at it.
Matty Man, FT Matty Man is in the house. Good to see you. Davey says, just trade everybody.
Yeah. T-Bass would be thrilled with that.
Harmsy wants a mock offseason by T-Bass. I don't know if we're going to like that.
It would be a lot of heaters. A lot of heaters and a lot of fried iguana.
I don't know. It'd be a lot of, I mean, I love T-Bass. I think it might be a lot of bad players.
It might just be a bunch of defensive and offensive linemen. No skilled positions at all.
I don't know. Mark Johnson says T-Bass lost his GM license. I give you guys plenty of solutions. I don't know if you have. I don't know if you've ever seen any solutions except for Max Duggan.
He wanted Max Duggan. That was his guy. That was his quarterback. He picked him.
Let's talk some damn Vikings. Let's do it. Let's dive into this thing. Let's see some comments hot and heavy tonight too.
Yeah, and let's hop into some free agency. We've all had targets we've been talking about, we've been wanting, but looks like 3 of those players probably aren't going to make it to free agency. News coming out from Miami that Christian Wilkins, they're going to do everything they can, and they're like $100 million in the hole when it comes to their cap, but they're going to do everything they can to keep Christian Wilkins.
Are they really that bad? I've never.
Yeah, it's horrible. Cap. I saw ESPN did a thing. They're $50 million over. If they franchise Wilkins, they're $70 million over the cap. So they got to do a bunch of restructuring and shit. But apparently they're going to do everything they can to keep him in town. Winfield's expect to get the franchise tag. Josh Allen, edge rusher Jacksonville, another one expect to get tagged. So 3 big targets that we wanted could be gone.
Yeah, but I mean, the Dolphins can say whatever they want. I mean, they can say a lot of things to make that fan base just happy. Yeah, we're gonna try to franchise them. Oh shit, we have no money to do that. So until they do that, I won't believe it. And then remember, they got Roquan Davis another big man in the middle. So there could be a backup plan as far as we still might get a Miami Dolphin defensive tackle. I would like Roquan Davis.
We might. Christian Wilkins just another level. Everything he can do, he'd be so damn fun here. I mean, he's so quick off the ball. He can generate the
he's
rushes
good. We know
himself.
he's good.
He was one of the guys. Look at. I mean, Harmsy's got his freaking Vikings logo already as his avatar. And
here's the thing with him: he's 28 years old. So I'm really all in on bringing Wilkins in. If Kirk Cousins is back, re-sign Daniel Hunt. Like if we're still full on, this is the team, then bring in Wilkins. But if we're rebuilding and like Cousins ain't coming back, Hunter ain't coming back, there really isn't much of a point to sign Wilkins.
I mean, you got to see what your plan is. Yeah, I mean, we got to go on this assuming that they're still going to be competitive and try to compete. I mean, we don't know the plan yet. We'll know in a couple of weeks once they make a decision on Kirk Cousins, what's going to happen there. Let's go over some free agency priorities. What positions and maybe a player at each one that you think is going to be something the Vikings will go after right away in free agency? I mean, remember last year it was a blocking tight end.
Let's see the comments. Who are your top free agent priorities for the minute? And it doesn't have to be a sexy name. It could just be it could be anybody. It could be a role player, whatever you want. Michael Blackie's in the house. What's going on, buddy?
Travis Michael Blackie. Send us your email, onebarlupacus@gmail.com. You won the Lumberjack the other day. We gave that thing away.
Oh, I think we got Michael.
I know. I don't want to search for it though. It's gonna take a lot of work.
I will. I'll do it, Michael. Lupacus is lazy. He's lazy.
Hey, I'm gonna be one mailing that thing.
Julian Markers says Winfield Jr. It's gonna get tagged. Lupacus is full of skin tags, by the way. It's so gross.
No, not really.
Yeah,
not really at all.
Curtis Samuel. Jesus, what team did he play on last year?
Is he still in the league? I think he was a Commander.
Let's see. Dalton Reisner. Montemita wants Reisner back. Any center bigger than Bradbury, says Skull Mafia. Let's see some more. Let's get those names in here. Let's go.
You didn't send Davies clown picture yet?
I just saw that. I'm like, shit, I haven't sent that. Hey, Davey, it'll be worth the wait. I promise. Jalen Johnson, cornerback. Man, there's no way. I mean, it sounds wonderful, but there's no way the Bears let him go.
Oh, Michael, you rascal.
Oh, Michael, silly. Allen wants a punter. Julian Marker says Sneed. Mason M wants Kirk. Eddie Jackson. Nitzberg wants Eddie Jackson. We do need a safety next to old Cam Man.
Well, you're assuming Harrison Smith's going to be gone.
Brian Burns. That's going to be a spendy one, but I like it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to jump off the Brian Burns one because that's what I had. He was my number one. I think an edge rusher is going to be number one on the Vikings list, whether they bring Hunter back or not. Let's spend some money at this position. Let's get Brian Burns. I mean, he's 25 years old. We had 8 sacks last year, 16 tackles for a loss last year, 6'5", 250, lightning quick. If you cannot get Daniel Hunter back, let's go get Brian Burns.
Michael Blackie. You can search for his email now, asshole? I'm too lazy to search for his email.
Not going to do it.
Michael, greatly appreciated, sir. JJ McCarthy, new QB1 for the Vikes. Oh, yeah, he'll be. We'll be talking JJ McCarthy here shortly. So, yeah, Brian Burns, yeah. I got let's see. I got 3 of them. So I'm gonna go Damian Lewis. Damian Lewis, the guard from Seattle. Seattle's not gonna be able to bring him back. 26 years old. I mean, he's just started to come into his own a little bit. They kind of moved him around a little bit. Left guard is his spot. I mean, Dalton Reisner, we don't know if we're bringing him back yet. But Damian Lewis, still 26. Mauler, dude's like 330 pounds, run blocking, mean son of a bitch. Get this guy and plop him there for the next 4 or 5 years. Damian Lewis. I want a guard in free agency. When you look at the draft, I mean, there's some options there, but I don't know. I mean, the BB, I mean, what other guards are there? I mean, there's a handful of guards,
Christian Mahogany.
Go sign a guard and put him there. Run blocking guard.
Don't want Dalton Reisner back at all.
Dalton Reisner is a fantastic pass blocking guard. I think he's good. I think Damian Lewis, we need help with the run game. Bad.
What's up? Michael Blackie moved. I knew that. That's why I was not going to look for his old address. So look at that. He's going to send an email with his.
We got J.K. Dobbins, Robert Hunt, Ray Petty. I think he's a right guard. I don't think he plays left. and they're not going to move on from Ed Ingram. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's straight up right guard.
I don't know. I agree 100%. They're not going to move on from Ed Ingram, though. I think he is here to stay as long as the current regime is in place. I know we talked about him on a cheap video we did, but AJ Epinesa, I want to see some bodies on this defensive line. Dean Lowry was just such a turd. Like, you forgot he was even out there. He was so bad last year. And you look at Epinesa, he had 6.5 sacks the last 2 seasons. So imagine getting some pass rush from our 5 techs. That would be beautiful when we're lined up 3 across the line there. Something we didn't get last year. He's 25 years old, 7 tackles for a loss. He's big. He's like 6'6". I think he's like 270. He's long and he's lean. I think you maybe even stand him up a little bit if you wanted to, but I want some improvement on that D-line. I want to go heavy on an edge rusher and maybe look for a bargain defensive.
Yeah, I mean, he's like a 1-year prove-it deal. He hasn't been good. He never lived up. He never even got close to living up to where they drafted him. So we would be taking a big old swing, and he wouldn't be that expensive.
No, and he's right in that Kwesi, like the kind of guys he's been going after so far. Off the rookie contract, still maybe haven't hit their ceiling upside. Maybe you could consider him a slight disappointment their part in their career.
Slight. He's a full-on disappointment. He's a complete bust right now.
6.5 sacks last 2 seasons. I wouldn't call it a complete bust.
First round pick, and you're excited.
Was he first? I thought he was like late, like early second. Was he first?
I could have sworn.
I know he was at the end of the first round.
Even if he was second round, I mean, if you're excited about 6.5 sacks from an edge rusher,
well, he's a defensive end. I wouldn't call him a bust though.
He was playing an edge in Buffalo. He was playing edge in Buffalo.
So I would not call him a bust.
I would call him an absolute bust. If he wasn't a bust, they would want to re-sign him. They want nothing to do with him. When you read it, the dude was inactive for a big chunk of his first year. I mean, he's a bust. But I would like it.
No, I still don't consider him a bust. We had different definitions of bust.
What do you consider a bust? I'd love to hear it.
Well, I'll send you the definition tonight.
No, I want to know right now.
It's gotta be like complete suck. Like you don't like Lewis Seen right now. That's 100% a bust. The guy who doesn't do anything. He's a guy who doesn't have any production over his career. At least this guy is doing something. I mean, 6.5 sacks. We'd have died for 6.5 sacks from Dean Lowry last year. Jonathan Bullard. We'd have died if they combined for 6.5 sacks.
Why are you comparing him to Dean Lowry? Dean Lowry's the worst football player ever.
We would have loved to have that kind of production from a down lineman, and we didn't get anything near that. So,
yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I guess we'll agree to disagree. I'm going Kinlaw, Javon Kinlaw, a guy that so far has been a bust. He had 3.5 sacks last year. Lepicus is probably very excited about the thought of 3.5 sacks, but he did finally show something because he hadn't shown a goddamn thing before that. And, he's been buried on that San Francisco defensive line. He had all the athletic tools, blah, blah, blah. He had everything to be very good, and he just never put it together. And Kwesi was there, I think, when they drafted him. I mean, there's a little bit of a connection there, but regardless of the connection, he just fits the mold. He's going to be another guy that's like a 1-year prove-it deal where you just try to strike gold. I mean, Kinlaw, I think he's going to be extremely cheap. 1-year deal.
And you got to go for some of these guys.
Worst case, he adds depth, and it's not very expensive. So Kinlaw is a guy that I'm really hard up for.
Yeah, I almost put him on my list as well. I think he can play inside. He can play outside. Like you said, I mean, he had that really a huge rise there. I think, did he blow up the comment? He did something during the draft season where his name was just hotter than hell. Got away up to like
an athletic freak.
15 or 16, I think, is where he was drafted. And yeah, it hasn't really translated to the field. And I know that Niners D-line is deep as shit, but I almost had him on my list as well. I think he make a lot of sense. And you got to get some of these guys you're kind of doing a gamble on. You can't just be going out there and getting the Chris Joneses, who I almost wanted to put on my list because that guy is a stud. That's what you want to find is the next Chris Jones. But I'm going to go with a cheap running back option. I think running back is a position they're going to probably address. I don't know. I think either with a mid-round draft pick or free agency. And then we talked about him already, but Devin Singletary, he's with the Texans last year. This dude's never had a 1,000-yard season, but he just kind of does everything well. I mean, he's tough. He can catch the football, decent speed. He's not going to wow you, but he does all the little things right. I think he's okay in pass protection. I think he'd be an upgrade over Madison, and then you compare him with Ty Chandler. You get some speed there. So Devin Singletary, not the sexiest option, but I think an upgrade from our current running back.
Yeah, I mean, I think AJ Epinesa would be an upgrade if we signed him and played him at running back.
We could try it. We could try it.
I mean, we might as well. He's been a complete bust. But yeah, Singletary, fine. There's no upside there. You just know you're going to get 800 yards in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get 800 yards, and it'll be a game where he gets 150. There'll be some games where he gets 30. So yeah, running back. So I'm glad you brought up running back. So I'm just blowing my load right here, running back style.
I don't know if we can monetize this if you do.
I'm putting Saquon Barkley on there. Saquon Barkley. Boom. Big old, just beefy, crazy ass signing. The Vikings need, I mean, look at each scenario here. Bring Kirk Cousins back. We still don't have a running game. Bringing in a rookie quarterback. We need a running game. I mean, Saquon Barkley, the dude, I couldn't imagine him in this offense. I mean, he'd probably catch 80 balls, run for 1,100 yards. It would be absolutely insane. And yeah, would he be expensive? You're damn right he would. He's going to be like $12 million a year, but we paid like $12 million last year for fucking Davenport. So who gives a shit? I mean, that ain't nothing. I mean, if you're going to bring in a running back, bring in a running back. Either that or draft one, but don't bring in like you said, Singletary. It's like, he's not going to take this offense to the next level. You might as well just have Madison out there. Go get crazy. Go get a Tony Pollard. Go get a Saquon Barkley. Barkley in this offense, I think, would be absolutely insane.
Again, it all goes back to the play call. I mean, I love Saquon Barkley. The thought of him in purple gives my parts tingling, but I just don't trust KOC is going to, use him enough to make it worthwhile. You see what he's done. He doesn't rely on the running game, even when it's going well. He wants to put the ball in the air over and over again. So as a receiver, you mentioned he'll catch a shit ton of balls. That's where he'll probably have his biggest impacts. I just don't trust the current head coach and the play caller, who is the same person, to use a franchise running back effectively. All right. Let's go to a sleeper signing. Maybe a name we haven't thought of much, haven't heard of much. Maybe it's a position we're not really expecting the Vikings to address. Remember last year, Josh Oliver was the first signing. He's a blocking tight end. We got him right away as soon as it was open. Negotiation.
Great signing. I mean, he made everybody doubted that signing look a little bit silly because he was consistently.
Holy shit! Viking funeral.
Good Lord, look at that shit, Viking funeral.
Wow, I didn't even know those things came in red.
I'm gonna crack a beer for you, Viking funeral.
Oh my God.
I'm sure Lupagus has one there too.
I want to hear.
Nah, it's water. Viking funeral. Cheers to you, buddy. A+.
Holy
Build
shit.
model airplanes.
Wow.
Said the little fairy. Well, we're not buying. I don't know what that means.
I have no idea, but it's fine.
That's a movie quote that I'm not catching.
I don't know what it is.
Wow, hot damn. Barkley, 3 years. Fatboy Yoga said 3 years, 30 million. Why not? Saquon freaking Barkley. Let's go.
Wow.
I'm sorry. That just really threw me for a loop there. Viking funeral just blew our minds. What were we talking about?
Sleeper signing. Maybe one under the radar signing.
Oh no, I was talking up Josh Oliver. Yeah, what a signing. I hope the first signing is equivalent to that.
I thought Josh Oliver was fucking horrible, to be honest with you.
You know what? That's because you want him to catch 90 balls.
Signed him to be a blocking tight end. We couldn't run the football. He fumbled the ball when he caught it. I don't know why you're so hell bent on Josh Oliver.
Because when you look at his blocking grade, it was one of the best in the league. So
PFF?
what's your argument to that? Yeah, PFF. Guys that are much smarter than us.
Have you read what the coaches and everybody else thinks of PFF?
So all of a sudden you don't like PFF.
I'm just saying it's not the same gradings. Did you watch him, Alter? Did you watch a run game? I mean, you don't have to go and spend $12 million on a blocking tight end, and we can't run the football.
You're acting like Josh Oliver was the biggest issue with our run game. Did you watch our running backs?
I'm just saying he didn't help. He didn't help.
Center?
You go and you buy this, you spend all this money on a blocking tight end, you still don't run the football. So what's the point of bringing him in?
He's only one man. It was a great signing. I love the signing. Lupagus he thinks he can break down film, and he can't.
I don't think I can break down film. I know what I see. I don't watch a game and be like, oh yeah, you know what? PFF's right. He was awesome. And you see a guy suck.
I just think, I mean,
for
what we paid, you're acting like we paid him $30 million a year. What do you make? Like
$3 million for a blocking tight end?
$3 million? I don't know.
Yeah, see, it looks like a lot of people in the comments agree.
Oliver he should have been put at guard.
Might as well. Mason M, welcome.
Mason M, well done. How's your water?
It's great. It's cold, delicious, refreshing.
All right, what's your what was it? Sleeper pick?
A sleeper signing.
Is your sleeper signing going to be Josh Allen?
You're close. It's Josh Reynolds, wide receiver from the Detroit Lions.
Jesus, did you watch him in the playoffs?
I know.
You're bitching about Josh Oliver? You're bitching about Josh Oliver?
He had a bad NFC game. I get it. I know he dropped those 2 passes. But what the Vikings need at receiver? You're going to probably bring back Brandon Powell. He's your slot guy. You got Jordan Addison.
You lost me here, man.
You have Justin Jefferson. All you need is one target down the depth chart you can rely on. Josh Reynolds.
Rely on him?
He was, over the course of the season, he caught a lot of key balls for the Lions. You're looking at some guys who had these sneaky games where they get touchdown here or there. It was Josh Reynolds in this spot role. He's used to being just a spot player. I think for what the Vikings are needing at wide receiver, you probably still draft somebody. But wide receiver 4, I think that's what you need. I think Josh Reynolds is a great wide receiver 4.
Yeah, I wouldn't sign him if uninterested. I'm going backup quarterback. Just because we've really never had one since probably, I don't know, Brad Johnson. So Tyrod Taylor, bring him in. He's regardless of Kirk Cousins is back, we're just to go draft a quarterback. Tyrod Taylor's a guy that has tons left in him. He can come and actually win some games. Any sort of really. I say Tyrod Taylor, but it could be any backup quarterback. The Gardner Minshew's, whatever. Just get one on the roster. If somebody goes down, he can actually come in and win a effing game.
Yeah, it would be fun to have somebody you can rely on. I mean, you're worried Nick Mullins right now, the current backup. We saw what he could do.
Josh Oliver didn't get much love in the comments. I think Josh Reynolds might be worse. I can't believe you want to sign that guy. I mean, why wouldn't you just drop Jalen Naylor out there? Why wouldn't you just put Naylor out there?
Because Naylor can't stay healthy.
Oh,
all right. Let's go on to Kirk Cousins. Let's talk a little Kirk Cousins. We mentioned that we would do that. First question with Kirk Cousins: is he going to be gone? Is he going to be gonzo?
Not. Do you want him gone? More so, do you think he's going to be back? Go with your head, not your heart.
Head and not your heart. Let's go with your top head, not your lower head. Michael Blackie says yes.
He's no more Joshes, says Lord Duncan. Hopefully gone. He's gone. The latest Sport Track said that he is now down to like 30. It was 3 years, 100 million. So before the Super Bowl, it was like 3 years, 110 or something like that. And now it keeps going down. It keeps going down. So 3 years. So that'd be 33 million a year.
Yeah.
Which my threshold was always like the 35 line. So the fact that it's getting down to 33, and it's not saying that's what he's going to sign for, but it's probably a good indicator. So 33, I'm feeling a lot better about.
Yeah, for sure.
But also it's the 3 years. So the biggest sticking point with the Vikings is they don't want to guarantee it for the full 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't do that, he doesn't want to sign here. So that's it's not really even about the money. It's the guaranteed.
Yep. So let's it looks like it's kind of split, maybe leaning toward he'll be back. And I think he does come back. You just look at what's going on right now. You got to trust these rumors. If you believe these rumors that Fields is going to end up with the Falcons and Russell Wilson is going to end up with the Steelers, I mean, that takes 2 huge suitors off the table. And I know someone could fly in that we're not expecting. It happens all the time. But really, the Vikings might actually have some leverage when it comes time to negotiate with Kirk Cousins, and maybe waiting might actually pay off and benefit them, because I think really, if those 2 moves do happen, I mean, the Vikings, really lost some huge competition for his services.
Yeah, I don't believe those rumors at all. I mean, at this point in the season, if you're believing anything you're seeing, I'm just not buying into it until I see it actually happen. I mean, Justin Fields, whatever. I think it just comes down to, I think the Vikings know exactly what they will pay him and exactly the amount of guaranteed money they'll give him. And if he can't do it, then it ain't going to happen. If he does, then it will. So, if I had to bet on it right now, I'd say he's not coming back. I'm still on that train. I think Atlanta wants him bad, a lot more than Justin Fields. And if his price tag keeps going down, it's going to make him want him even more.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, that Fields thing could be the whole dominoes that fall. I mean, the Vikings could actually sit there and just sit on it and let them test the market. especially if those moves happen ahead of time.
Well,
I
would
don't
you,
think he's gonna
if
have.
you're the Falcons right now with the offensive weapons that you have, would you rather have Kirk Cousins at 33 million or Justin Fields for
Yeah, I
1
mean,
year?
if you totally believe that you are going to be like ready to make a playoff run and a Super Bowl run, then yeah, you bring in Kirk Cousins instead. But if you want a young guy you can develop, then definitely go Justin Fields route.
Yeah, but you got to trade for him, and then he's only got what 1 year left on his deal. I mean, the Justin Fields thing, it's just gross to me.
We'll see. But again, the Vikings. I mean, I love that news coming out. They're not going to stick. Not make everything fully guaranteed. So you got to stick to your guns.
Skull Mafia is right. I would not be shocked if he's a 49er.
There's gonna be someone who comes over.
I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, look at the Raiders. There could be just some weird ass teams out there that all of a sudden Kirk Cousins, they just throw the money at him. He's like, hell yes, I would love to be a Tennessee Titan. Thank you for all that money.
That would be shocking. So, let's say Cousins does come back or he doesn't come back. How does it affect the off-season plan?
Weren't we talking Danielle Hunter too?
I thought we were gonna do the full Kirk Cousins, then go Danielle.
Whatever you want.
Let's do that. So how does Kirk Cousins, let's say he comes back, how does that affect the plan for the offseason?
Kirk Cousins is back. Free agency, draft. What are we targeting? I mean, because clearly if Kirk Cousins comes back, we are all in. I mean, we got about 2 years? 2 years to win this effing Super Bowl. So we better make some damn good moves.
Absolutely.
49ers can't afford KC. Seen crazier things. Skull Mafia says Byron Murphy.
I don't know if he's talking about the going on our roster, the guy from Texas.
Draft DL. Michael Boswell. Not to be confused with the edge rusher from Alabama. If we bring Kirk Cousins back, all I have down is basically defense. Draft. I mean, draft. You're like Skull Mafia said, Byron Murphy, Newton, whoever it is, round 1. You're taking the best defensive player, Jared Verse, whoever. Round 2, defense. Round 4, defense. Round 5, defense. And in free agency, you sign your ass a big old bruiser guard. I mean, as much as I'd love for them to move on from the center, it would be a shock if they did. I'd love it if they did. But defense, and the guard.
Yep, I guarantee. I think you get a big edge in free agency as well. Davey,
hey!
Also address it at 11. You get that thing set up. You shore up the defense. Yeah, you're right. I mean, everything's gonna be defense. Fill in those holes with money, with draft picks, and you're making a run. You're making a push.
You need a running back.
Yeah, you go get a running back too. Do everything you can because you bring Cousins back. You might as well just go all in. I think that will be the plan. I mean, there is another plan they could do. I mean, I would be shocked if they did it, but you bring back Kirk Cousins and then you get that young quarterback to sit and groom behind him. Maybe you spend your money in free agency to fill those holes, but they could definitely go that route too. I think that's the other option they could do if they bring him back.
If they bring Kirk back, I just don't see them doing it this year because if they bring him back, they're gonna wait. They're gonna wait. I can't see any way in hell they take a first round quarterback.
You never know. The other thing, if he doesn't come back, then I mean, this is where you can see the move up into the top 3, go up, get your quarterback of the future. I know that they planted the seeds inside the Patriots at the Senior Bowl, so I think that's what they would do. Then you're probably not going to be as aggressive in free agency. You're not going to bring in those big names. Maybe you just get these players Kwesi tries to find for, save some money. Maybe you suck next year with your rookie quarterback, another high draft pick, and then you reload the following year. So I think that's the other route. It's either all in or maybe you just kind of get that young quarterback and then, just don't spend.
Well, even if it's not a young quarterback, like if Kirk Cousins signs with the Falcons and our offseason comes, I don't see any huge free agency signings. Like I don't see them. There's no reason to go blow a bunch of money unless you're like signing offensive linemen or doing something that'll help your quarterback that you're about to draft. I mean, when it comes to the draft, it's all about best player available. I mean, I don't care what position it is. There's no reason to reach for a type of position if Kirk Cousins isn't coming back. If Kirk Cousins isn't coming back, can you really see him bringing Danielle Hunter back? I mean, what's the point? I mean, they might as well just get butt-ass naked. So best player available throughout the entire draft, free agency, just do moves. Like the Javon can't just take some swings.
It's going to be
try to make some moves, but you're not going to sign Christian Wilkins. You're not going to go out there and sign some crazy ass edge rusher. You're going to play it extremely safe, save your money for the next year, and see what happens. And it's going to be a real ugly year next year.
Yeah, you still. I mean, you're still going to have free agent signings. It's still going to be fun, but because you have all these holes you have to fill. Like we just don't have players who can play right
but
now
they're
on
going to be
defense.
holes
But they're going to
filled with
be
like
I know
shit instead of dirt.
Like you're at the Google, who the fuck is this guy? They just signed
vocal
voice.
Oh, rap. Let's go.
Yeah. So and yeah, like you said, next year could be a tough one. But you know, we just watched a tough season, so I think we're ready for it. We're ready for it.
You know what? It's weird. Like if we re-sign Kirk Cousins and we're all in and we make some big free agent moves and draft wise we add on the defense, I'm gonna be so effing excited. If we actually just tear it down and we're butt naked, tucking in front of the mirror, and I'm gonna be excited about that too. I can't wait. I mean, I'm excited either damn way.
Yeah, and watch him do something right in the middle. It just
if it's right in the middle, that's like, yeah, that sounds horrible.
Michael Blackie prefers Latu over Turner or Verse. Just
really?
That out there, yeah.
Wow.
So.
I don't know. I don't like that. Seems like somebody was saying what Wumbar was saying. What that means?
I don't know. I'm not sure what he's talking about. You know what? Showdown. I'm surprised that Tua's brother's not. He's only like in one of those simulators, and I thought he looked good there too. I know he was running an RPO offense, but
no, he's not good. He's not going to get drafted.
Find him. No, but I liked about him was his quick decision making. He can take out with his legs. There was some stuff there. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna go back and watch this guy. But he's like, there's like 600 players in simulators. He's not even one of them. So I don't think that's a good sign.
Yeah, I don't think he's very good.
Let's go to Hunter. Isaac Ackley. Oh my God, Skull Mafia.
Skull Mafia, shit. God damn. Oh, anyone but Kirk. Anyone but Kirk.
All right, let's talk to Daniel Hunter. Is he gone?
Skull Mafia. Daniel Hunter, he's gone. He's gone. Let's all take a deep breath. He's gone. I mean, what it was today, they were saying 25 million plus, or was it yesterday? He deserves every damn penny.
Mm-hmm.
The Vikings can't give it to him.
They can't, and he's going to take the highest offer. He's going to get a higher offer than the Vikings are willing to go. I hope, like we said it, we hope it's not Chicago. We hope it's not Detroit. We hope it's not somebody we're going to have to face once or twice a season. Hopefully he goes over in the AFC South somewhere. We never have to see him again. But yeah,
hope he's like a Cardinal.
Yeah, just these numbers that we're seeing, and then just what he said. I mean, he didn't say it exactly, but you could read between the lines. He said, "I'm taking the best damn deal I get."
Yeah, and he deserves. Yeah, he's gone. I would be amazed if he's back.
Yeah,
he could make his number at the end of the day could be it could be 30 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at what top guys are paying. He's still only 29. He's been healthy 2 years in a row, coming off 16 and a half sacks. I mean, look at a team that's just right on the cusp. Like the Lions, if I'm the Lions, I'm doing anything I can to bring this guy in. It's horrifying, but picture him on that defense. Good Lord, yuck.
It would be insane. Absolutely insane. Him and Hutchinson would be yuck. Makes me Isaac Ackley.
Jesus.
Wow.
Membership renewed and throwing out cheddar. Isaac.
Wow.
Boom.
What a guy.
That guy. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah. And then I think, how does that affect the offseason plan? I mean, here's the thing. If he's gone, Cousins gone, then you're probably trading up to get the quarterback. But if you don't, he gets stuck at 11. I think you almost have to take an edge there. Turner, Verse, whoever it may be. Start building that thing back up with a young guy. And maybe, I'm
curious what their hard on level for Andre Carter, because they clearly love him. I want to know if they're just gonna maybe just give him the reins and see if he can do his thing, because he was even active for games last year. He didn't do much, but he had Wanham, he had Hunter in front of him. I think they really want to see what he has to offer. I think they might think they got something there.
Yeah, I never really saw much from him. I know the preseason when he was still so raw then. You look to see him do a little bit here and there, but yeah, there's a reason they kept him, and he probably didn't deserve to make the final 53, but I think they were afraid if they got him in the practice squad, he'd be signed off that thing. So, yeah, that's a good point. Andre Carter, we'll see what he does and how much they believe in him.
Well, and DJ Wanham as well. DJ Wanham, with that injury, teams might be a little shying away. He might be a guy that wants to do a 1-year deal. and then get his paycheck that he would have gotten this year. So I'm not really canceling out DJ Wanham to re-sign in a 1-year deal either.
Yeah, it's really horrible, that injury, what it does to his payday this offseason, because he did everything he could to make some money. And yeah, I don't know how that's going to affect him, but we'll see. But yeah, he could be a guy all of a sudden come April, he's still floating around there.
Floating around. Hey, hit that like button as you're coming in. Let's give away a hat.
Let's do it.
Put something weird out there for somebody to comment on. We're going to give away a hat. We got some sort of question. Maybe so we can get creative. Best answer gets a hat.
Let me think of something. I'll message you.
I'm not gonna read it.
Why?
Michael Blackie, dude, is just throwing out that cheddar on my thoughts. We should let Hunter and Cousins walk. You'll really consider trading Justin Jefferson. We need to reset. So he wants to let Hunter go, Cousins go, and trade Justin Jefferson. Thoughts, Lupagus?
That's too much for me. You got to have something to build around, right? So Justin Jefferson to me is that piece.
TJ Hawkinson.
But I mean, I love both those players, but Justin Jefferson's a Hall of Famer. He's a special player. He's a rare talent you rarely get. So I keep him. I keep Justin Jefferson. The other two, fine, but you got to keep Justin Jefferson.
You know what's funny is, so we talk about the fact that we had Moss, never won anything. We traded Moss, never won anything. We had Percy Harvin, never won anything. Traded Harvin, never got anything. Diggs, same thing. Had him. So it's like wide receiver. I mean, it's just funny that we had all these guys. Chris Carter. I mean, we never traded Chris Carter, but we never won anything. And then everybody is just saying, let's trade these guys so we can actually make a run. We trade them. Still nothing happens with any of these guys. Different regimes, different draft picks, whatever. It's like there is no answer. There's no answer. So with Justin Jefferson, I mean, it's like it would be sweet to have him. Like even if we tear it down, to have him, hey, get our young quarterback, to have a receiver like Justin Jefferson. What else could you ask for? But then if you trade him and you get draft picks and you can put offensive linemen in front of him, give him other weapons. There's just nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Michael Boswell knows. He summed it up perfectly.
Because it's tough to win a Super Bowl. I know, but we should have won one by now.
Should have won two. We should have won two. All right, we're going to give away a hat. First one to answer this question. What is the main character of the Nintendo game Metroid's name?
What a dorky question. That's what you came up with? It's not even football related.
Didn't have to be.
The name of the Metroid character?
Yep.
I don't know. First person to get the comment wins a hat.
Someone's going to know it.
The name of the Metroid character?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gary, you're right. I mean, you didn't want to make it football related? Fat Boy Yogi says Zed.
Oh, he's
Zion.
Close, but he's wrong.
Says Zion.
Bob's close.
Samus Prime. Sammy's Super Mario.
What about Bob's really close?
Anybody gets this right, I'm gonna just really think.
There it is. Rage Against the Anal Beads. Got it. Skull Mafia just missed.
I wouldn't expect anybody else except that name to get that right.
Skull Mafia got it. But Rage Against the Anal Beads was right. Email us onebarlupagainst@gmail.com for your hat. All
right, email us. You're right. Well done. Samus, a lot of Samus is coming in.
Yep. Old anal beads. Got it first.
All right. What do we got next?
We're going to talk some draft. Let's see what we got. Let's start with so every week now we're going to do Draft Crush of the Week. Just who'd you fall in love with this week when you're watching some highlights of some players? Maybe you're doing simulators like, who the hell is this guy? I'm going to take a look at him like, oh my God, I love this guy. So who draft crush of the week? You guys can drop yours in the comments. I know I got mine ready to go.
There's been an oversight. Did somebody else win before that?
I don't think so. I didn't see one.
Yeah, Viking Funeral had Samus first. Who'd you say won?
Oh shit, he did. Viking Funeral won.
Jesus, you're drinking water and you're not even paying attention.
I didn't see it. They were coming in fast.
Come on, man. It's your question.
Your mom says Y Walker.
Viking Funeral is the champion. You guys both get hats.
Woo!
Boom. Email us. You both get hats. Winner, chicken dinner, baby. All right, so let's talk NFL draft. We're doing draft crush before dream scenario.
Yep.
All right, draft crush. We want to know your draft crushes first because this is the time to get familiar with just random names.
Mm-hmm.
We want to know any and every name. So draft crushes, if it's a 7th rounder, undrafted, 5th rounder, 3rd rounder, it doesn't matter. Let us have it. Jaden Daniels is Skull Mafia's draft crush.
Skull Mafia's. I saw one. Junior Colson was
Jackson
Bob
Powers.
Sacamanos.
Gary Olson loves sweat. Hell yeah. How can you not love that big old beefy man? Here we go. DeJean, Davey. Man, he gets mocked to the Packers quite a bit. JJ McCarthy, Drake May.
Skull Mafia.
Hayden. Who's that?
I don't know. I'm going to check him out, though.
See? That's why we love Skull Mafia. Adrian Cooper. He sounds like a linebacker. He's a
linebacker from Texas A&M. Is that where he's from? Mohamed
Lord
Kamara.
Duncan
just watched him.
6th rounder Rice. If he's talking about Brennan Rice, he ain't a 6th rounder. Unless he's talking about the college.
Unless he's talking about Luke McCaffrey. Isn't he from Rice?
Daniel, sure.
Second, Mo Kamara, I've seen on
Mo
here.
Kamara, he Colorado, right? Northern or no?
Colorado State, isn't it?
Yeah, he's his big thing is he can get up to quarterback.
I think Michael Blackie might be drunk tonight.
Blackie. We're gonna have a sleepover with this man pretty soon. I think May will drop to 3. We need to grab him. If not, JJ McCarthy at 11 will be awesome. Also, Michael Blackie wants himself a quarterback. Bad. Thank you, Michael.
He does. We got a Cam Hart, James Williams, safety of Miami.
Yeah, but back to Mo Kamara. His big thing, I mean, he can get after it. He's just smaller. He needs to beef up. He's small.
He was like the guy when Colorado State would play. Like he was the one their team worried about, and I love that.
Well, it's right because there's not many other people to worry about on Colorado State.
Yeah, but to get the guy, when you're the guy, I mean, that says something.
Bob. I love that guy. I love him so much, but he's not he's just my open crush now. Cam Hart.
You made that one known.
Yeah. Chris Jenkins. Joe Kane. Kane is able. Kane is James Williams, safety from Miami. All right. There's a couple names out here I got to check out.
A couple names to check out. This is what
Who's your draft crush, Lopagus?
This week, I'm going with running back from Notre Dame, Audric Estime. I don't know if you watch this guy. He's like wedge-shaped. He's big. He's like 6'1", 215 pounds, but he's fun to watch because he's this big ass running back. Kind of reminds me of Leonard Fournette, but he's got great vision, patience. He waits for the hole to open up and he just explodes through it. He's got power. He can knock guys on their ass. I always see this guy in simulators, and I watched him. I'm like, holy shit, I do like this guy, Audric Estime. He can catch the football. I think he's only caught like 17 in his career, but he can do that. I think he'd be a lot of fun. And like I said,
he caught 17.
I think it was last year he caught. But yeah, big physical back. I think he's gonna be good. And 1,341 rushing yards last year.
I'm going Javon Solomon, edge from Troy. Edge rushers. There's nothing better than like a mid-round edge rusher that just really shows up. I mean, you can look at 16 sacks last year. 16 sacks in 2023, 9 quarterback hits. The dude's all over the place, and he seems pretty NFL ready. I mean, he has all the things: explosive, great hands, powerful, pass rush ready. Has a lot of pass rush moves in his arsenal, and he's from Troy. And there's something about Troy and edge rushers that get me very, very excited. So Javon Solomon is my crush.
I was going to ask who the hell his name was again. I forgot. Javon
Solomon.
Got a lot of names.
I think he's like a 4th round guy, 4th, 5th round type guy.
We got to give Viking Funeral credit in this Renardo Green. He dropped him as a crush. And we were talking to what's his name from
show some respect. That's not what's his name.
You couldn't get my name right, so I'm going to forget his name.
You're very forgettable.
Anyway, but he was talking about him. And he loved him too. And I feel like Viking Funeral kind of got that ball rolling on Renardo Green.
Renardo Green. Yeah, this dude is, I mean, he sounds like he's like a top round 3 guy for sure.
Phoenix Sproles is his nephew. Wow.
Phoenix Sproles. Got to sign him to the Harbor Monsters.
Absolutely. All right, so let's do
McKinley Jackson. I love that guy. Hell yeah.
Big old boy.
If we whiff McKinley on sweat, McKinley, he's absolutely right. McKinley Jackson is the man.
Jared Wiley, big tight end. Mark Johnson says.
Huge. Like fat or tall? Because I love tall tight ends.
I do too.
Tyler Newbin, if Harrison's gone. Newman at 42 would be very interesting. I would love the shit out of it. It's just one of those guys that you're not expecting the Vikings to take a safety that early.
Yeah, I know.
6'7".
All right, 6'7". Yep.
I'm in. Love it.
All right, so let's go into dream scenarios. Dream, like what would be just the best damn thing you can imagine for the Vikings?
Well, dream scenario for the first 3 picks. We have pick 11, 42, and then our 4th rounder, which is 100, whatever. So let us know your first 3 dream scenario picks. Dream. Not crazy dream. I mean, you can't say Caleb Williams or Drake May. So no trading up. What's your dream scenario for the first 3 picks?
Brandon Espinosa says Jake Moody.
Wet dream. Sopping wet.
Oh, Michael Blackie's like, no. I got his official measurements here. It's 6'6".
Verse Trice Mason Smith. That is a good one. It is good. He forgot that one of the A's in Mason's name, though.
Yeah. Like, I need 2 A's in my name.
Well, he didn't pick it. His parents did. Verse and Trice. Yeah, could you imagine Verse and Trice? Holy shit.
That'd be fun.
JJ Sweat, Trey Benson. That's a good one. Verse JJ or Penix Sweat. Yeah. Sweat in round 4 is hey.
It's a dream.
No, nose tackles fall. They're notorious for it.
You never know.
They're notorious for it.
Ooh, Mark Johnson's. I like that.
How many times have we seen a big nose tackle fall much further than Jesse Williams?
Yeah,
that dude he's going to be a round 1. But every Eddie Goldman, those guys always fall way further than they're supposed to. Verse Jenkins, Sweat, Van Pran. There we go. Edge, and then Jenkins.
Ina Smith's getting some love today.
M. Sullivan, Jared Verse, Chris Jenkins, Troy Benson. A lot of Troy Bensons in round 4, which is about where he goes. Jaden Daniels, Chop Robinson. Ooh, that's a good one.
Chop.
Lupicus, what's your dream?
Well, and I kept it dream. I really hung on the word dream because Jaden Daniels at 11 is my first part of that dream. Again, we did the video. It's not impossible. It's unlikely, but it's not impossible. Tavondre Sweat at 42. I'll know how much I love Tavondre Sweat. And then still getting an edge, I think, can get after the passer in the NFL. That's Jonah Ellis from Utah. So that would be my dream scenario right now. Jaden Daniels, Tavondre Sweat, and Jonah Ellis.
If Jonah Ellis, I mean, that dream, I can't even follow that up. Your dream is just like
Jonah Ellis is on the board in a ton of simulators. He's undersized. He could fall. He's not a big guy. He doesn't have the length most teams want. He's smaller, but he's explosive. So I think he's a chance he gets around 4.
No, I love your dream. I'm not gonna poo-poo on your dream. It's just that's really tough to follow. It's a crazy dream. I went with Jared Verse. I went with Sweat, and I went with Cedric Van Pran. And they're my dreams probably more on the realistic side. Like all these guys probably will be on the board when they pick. My dream is just if they take them. Isaac Akeley, the Duke defensive tackle. Yes, he's fantastic. Dwayne Carter, I believe his name is.
Oh yeah, I just saw something.
He's all over the place. He would be beautiful. I love this guy. So, Verse Sweat, Cedric Van Pran. Boom, done. Dream.
Yeah, Van Pran. Where is he? I mean, I see him around 3 a lot, and we don't have a third round.
He's usually around 3, round 4.
I guess the other thing we got to be careful too is these simulators. They're never really close where these guys go.
I don't really go off the simulators. I go off of where like the experts are picking them. Like if you start getting simulator mode, and that's all you go off of, your heart's gonna be broken.
It's just hard though because you always see them in a certain round, and you just kind of get into that. Okay, this guy's gonna be there. This guy's gonna be there. Because I mean, if you're like me, I do probably 20 mocks a day.
Viking Funeral and I were on the same page with the.
What was Viking Funerals? I didn't see his.
We had Cedric Van Pran. I think he had. Hold on.
Wilmer's going pod. What did you have there, Viking Funeral? Let me know. Tackle the dude. Yeah, he can. That dude is very versatile. Blake Reese says Jared Verse, Bo Nix, and Kalen Bullock, the safety from USC. Gary Olson says the first 3 picks should be over 1,000 pounds together. Yeah, I mean, let's not forget what we were all crying for at the end of the season. Beef up this D line, get physical on the O line, and we can't forget what our ails were at the end of the season. So Mark Johnson wants Tanner Bortolini, Wisconsin center. Hopes he lands around 4. He might. I love Wisconsin linemen, 100%. Yep, you're right, Sullivan. I almost had JJ there, and not even that. I feel like you got to get the quarterback at some point. Fat Boy Yogi, wet dream. Jaden Daniels, verse at 15. Zach Frazier and Sweat. Yeah, if you trade back, maybe that dream can become a reality. Well, not the Jaden Daniels part. Verse Jenkins, Sweat, Van Pran. That would be something. That would be something. Did you go make a poop?
No.
Oh.
Not yet, anyways. All right.
Those are our draft scenarios. Some people say scenario.
All right. Now we're gonna give you guys 3 options in the comments. So I did 3 simulators earlier, and you have to tell us which one you prefer out of these 3. I tried to mix it up a little bit. Lupicus hasn't even seen these.
I haven't.
So I want to know in the comments which one you prefer. We'll go over each one. There's 3 of them. Ready?
Let's do it.
Number 1, Janice. Lupicus, break this down.
All right, we got Dallas Turner, the edge rusher from Alabama at 11. Zach Frazier getting some help at center and an upgrade. There's the big boy we talked about already. McKinley Jackson, round 4. Trey Benson. I love Trey Benson. Round 4 would be absolutely amazing. Mekhi Wingo, D lineman from LSU. Luke McCaffrey. Why would you not want McCaffrey? AJ Barner. Got to get some tight end depth, and cornerback Ryan Watts, and then someone named Evan Anderson, who I'm not familiar with, from Florida.
Evan Anderson's he's a big boy as well. So I double dipped on the defensive line. Mekhi Wingo is more of a smaller athletic defensive lineman. AJ Barner, 6'5".
AJ Boner?
Decent tight end, to be honest with you. I don't know much of anything about Ryan Watts. He was just a guy that shouldn't have been there based off of his value. But Dallas Turner, Frazier, McKinley, Jackson. So
yeah, I mean, what's the one thing missing here? There's no quarterback at all. So that's the one thing that you don't see. And also the cornerback all the way down to round 6. I mean, you can't get everything you want. Sometimes you gotta go where the value takes you.
But you gotta. I went defense heavy, and Zach Frazier was a gift. So that is option 1, Janice.
Hey,
so
one question.
Yeah.
Did you actually have like certain styles you were going for each of these when you did them, or just letting it unfold?
No, I was just trying to mix it up a little bit. So you'll see when all is said and done, the 3 different options. So again, Mark Johnson said Janice is a solid C. Solid C. So Janice, decent. Let's go to option 2. Let's go with Caroline.
Oh, Caroline. All right. Byron Murphy at 11. I do love me some Byron Murphy. Then you get Chop Robinson at 42. Again, he's your pass rusher. Not going to give you much in his run defense, but he is a beast. Rushing the quarterback. Cooper Beebe, great value in round 4. I love Jordan Travis. Dallin Holker, I love him as well. Drake Nugent always seems to be around when you need a center the most. Dylan Johnson, running back Washington. We talked about him a little bit the other day. MJ Devonshire, guy I see all the time these things. I never done any research on him. Anybody know anything about MJ Devonshire? And then Keith Randolph Jr. I think that's Willie Randolph's kid.
And we're seeing Mark Johnson thinks that Caroline is hot. BK says BK wouldn't like anything.
You got to get all Clemson players for BK.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the top half of most of the drafts are going to be better. Let's see. No QB in the mix is Isaac. And really, I would say Janice and Caroline are under the assumption that Kirk Cousins is back. Mm-hmm. So I will throw that out there.
Yeah, and I think, Jordan Travis, if you bring Kirk Cousins back, I mean, that's a great move to make in the 4th round.
I'm surprised. Like, we still have a 3rd option, but if it was me so far, like Janice gets me more excited. And it seems to be in the comments the other way around, which is good. I like it.
Yeah, I'm not going to reveal what I'm thinking. Oh, Tim Boss, you're getting perfect time, man.
Boss, man. All right, let's go to option 3, and this is where they do get the quarterback. This is the assumption that Kirk Cousins is not there.
All right, so you get McCarthy, JJ McCarthy, which Myrtle. You didn't even tell her name was Myrtle.
We got Janice, Caroline, and Myrtle. We are at the old folks home tonight, and they are all looking real good.
Smells of piss, shit, and tater tot hot dish in here.
Oh, God,
All right. JJ McCarthy, quarterback at 11. Darius Robinson, a guy who I've seen, he goes late first, somewhere in the second round. Dwayne Carter, we talked about him today. Kalen King in round 4. Wow. Xavier Thomas, the raw edge rusher from Clemson, who I'm sure BK is going to love this one. Dylan Lobb, running back from New Hampshire. Some said was the best back.
That is a lobby.
I should have said Dylan Lube. Nehemiah Pritchett, corner Auburn. Justin Rogers, the big boy, the big old boy from Auburn. And then Will Reichard, kicker, Alabama. This one does have your quarterback on the top.
Yeah, I mean, Rodgers is the big boy in the middle, and you got Carter, who can play multiple spots along the defensive line. Kalen King, I believe, he's 5'11", smaller, ball hawk type of corner. Xavier Thomas, I think, is a guy that in round 5 is beautiful. Lobby, I think, speaks for itself. We love him. Pritchett again, I don't know a ton about. And then we go for the kicker. And Robinson, I don't know how to feel about him, man.
Well,
at 42, it's fine. 42.
I don't think they got him listed as an edge. I think I like him better as a 5.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. It's like, are they going to mess around with him? Are they going to play him up and they play him back, whatever? But JJ McCarthy at 11, whether you want him or not, it's becoming very clear that it's not a reach.
No, and I my fear is we're going to trade up for him. I take him at 11. I don't want to move up and get him. So I like that. Are we picking? It seems like.
Let's see in the comments. We've seen some comment, but put it in there. Janice, Caroline, or Myrtle. If you're Quasey, if you're a Viking, which one are you doing right now? Let's see it. Myrtle only because it has a quarterback, says Anthony. There's not much offensive line help in this. Cooper Beebe in Caroline is pretty much it. Janice.
Cooper Beebe was in Caroline.
BK says BK. That sounds about right.
I think he did his own.
Showdown says Myrtle. A lot of Myrtles.
There is.
Travis wants Janice. Janice is the best. We got to get an edge and a center, plus McCaffrey and Benson will be surprises. T-Bass wants to know why JJ is not a reach. Reminder, T-Bass took Max Dugan in round 2 last year.
Jumped up.
Janice.
Going back and forth here.
T-Bass, I'm sorry. I can't take your quarterback evaluation after that. But we do love you. Myrtle and her droopy boobs. Oh, yeah. Myrtle. I'm going to say Myrtle has nice perky boobs. Lupicus, which one are you taking?
I've been going back and I think I'm going to actually go with Caroline. I love the combination of Byron Murphy, Chop Robinson. I think Cooper Beebe is a great value in round 4, and I do love Jordan Travis. And then you got Holker, too. And then Dylan Johnson. Those are the guys that really stick out to me. I think those are guys who can contribute. And I like having, getting that mid-round quarterback you can develop, especially if you bring Kirk Cousins back. So maybe we are in this situation. I don't know if we are or not. But Murphy and Robinson, that would be a home run at the top.
I would say that Caroline, in the comments, Caroline is easily dead last. I do like your thoughts. That this is assuming we bring back Kirk Cousins. So Byron Murphy and Chop Robinson and Cooper. Yeah, no, I'm torn on this one. So I would say, I would take Janice with, Kirk Cousins. This is the assumption that Kirk Cousins is back. I think those first 4 picks are just so damn good. And really, it would be Janice, then Myrtle, then Caroline. That's mine.
It's tough. It was a tough little exercise you put us through there. I'm sweating.
Oh, T-Bass. What? But you can't answer that. Answer the damn question. Don't say that because this Thor guy has no idea. I don't care what whoever Thor is. I just look more towards like JJ McCarthy as far as, he was always in the running as far as top 4. He's usually that 4th guy.
Yeah, and no, he has had an ascension. There's no doubt about it. But it was always, even before that Thor came out and said his shit that T-Bass is alluding to, there was talk and rumors that the NFL saw him much higher than everybody else did, all these draft analysts and these draft experts. What I like about McCarthy is the fact how he can, throw on the run so accurately. He's got a strong arm. He can squeeze it in there in some tight windows. Has he ever had to be the guy? No, he hasn't had to be the guy. He had to play at a conservative offense to love running the football and playing great defense. So not really a system for a quarterback to shine. I think he's got plenty of intangibles. I think he can do it. I don't like the fact he hasn't done it. That does scare me, but every quarterback prospect scares. I mean, they'll have something that's going to scare you.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to McCarthy, as long as I don't want to trade up for him. If we took him an 11, it'll be fine. This isn't a Christian Ponder type of pick. I mean, Christian Ponder was always just like, what the hell? Like, nobody expected him to go there. He shouldn't have went there. Everybody knew he shouldn't have went there. McCarthy is just a guy that at least has the upside, like you said. I mean, he's a guy that could surprise everybody. He could be an absolute bust. But when all is said and done, we're not going to look back at it and say, we could have got this guy in round 3. This is stupid. Which was the Ponder conversation. I mean, and he's fine. I mean, we'll see. And every year you see the quarterbacks. I mean, Cam Newton back in the day, at this time, he was looked at as like an early second round pick, and all of a sudden he goes number 1 overall. It's like you see this every year with quarterbacks. Every year.
And he's got a lot of traits I think KLC is going to love. So we'll see. I mean, there hasn't been anything really inside the Vikings organization saying how much they love him. But I don't think we'll hear about that until after the draft anyway, if they do. But yeah, I'm scared. Just the whole trading up thing for him makes me nervous.
Yeah, that would be horrifying. Like giving up picks. Yikes. All right, are we gonna do
let's do a quick little who'd you do? Who'd you do for you, One Bar? You ready?
I didn't know we were doing who'd you do.
I just got two. I got 2 scenarios for you.
All right.
Yeah, then we'll go into trivia. This is Tim Voss. Maybe send us a clip of you making the who'd you do. All right, so I'm gonna give One Bar a couple draft scenarios, and he's gonna tell me which one he would do, who he would do. All right, scenario 1. Pick 11, Vikings take J.J. McCarthy. Pick 42, they get Braylon Trice. That's scenario 1. Scenario 2, pick 11 is Jared Verse. Pick 42 is Spencer Rattler.
Oh, shit. Yuck. 1. Spencer Rattler. I'm not on Spencer Rattler stringing at all. I mean, the dude lost his job at Oklahoma, and then he transferred. I mean, he got benched at Oklahoma, and then he transferred. I mean, that's just weak in my mind. He's not the only quarterback ever to do it. We've seen a lot of quarterbacks transfer. The dude has been in the college football, it seems like, for 10 years. I know he's got the athletic ability, he's got the arm, but when you look at more into him, I mean, his pocket presence is iffy. His decisions are iffy. I don't like it. If we were to draft him as a potential backup quarterback in like round 5, I'd be fine. But Spencer Rattler does nothing for me at all.
I'm not a fan either.
The thing with him is everybody will say, like, he's got a big arm. He's got the athletic ability. You see 20, 30 quarterbacks a year come out in the draft that have the exact same things. Do you have it up here? That's all that matters. And I don't think he does.
Tim Voss says he'd rather slam his dick in a car door than pick Rattler.
Yeah, I don't see him as a franchise quarterback at all. If we're drafting him to be a guy that you might groom, that's fine. But a day 1 starter, no fucking way.
Yeah, no, and he's the guy whose stock is going up to the point where he's been getting some second round love. So we'll see if that continues to rise or not. He did.
And Mason M, you're right. He got benched for Caleb Williams, but Caleb Williams was like a freshman when he got benched. I mean,
this Spencer Rattler's a divisive character in the comments. Some for him, some against him.
He terrified. When I look at him, he scares me.
Keep the helmet on, Spencer. Keep it on. All right, scenario 2. We're sitting at pick 42. These 3 options are on the board. We got Tyler Nubin, the safety from Minnesota.
Ooh.
Zach Frazier, the mean, nasty center from West Virginia.
I think I already might be sold.
And the big boy, Tavondre Sweat from Texas, all sitting there at pick 42. Who'd you do?
Well, Nubin, as much as I'd love Nubin, he's already off. So it comes down to Sweat, or it comes down to Zach Frazier, and I'm going to do Zach Frazier every time because I think there's some big boy nose tackles down the road that you can get. They won't be a Sweat, but they'll do fine. So value wise, I'm going Zach Frazier.
All right, I don't. There's 1 for Zach Frazier. A lot of Sweats.
No, I don't anticipate that being a common answer. But like, I am just so over Garrett Bradbury. I'd take you at center right now.
Pretty good center.
Yeah,
sticky hands, thick ass. All right, 1 scenario. This isn't draft related, but it's comes down to beloved Minnesota Viking. Harrison Smith. Cut and save that money or restructure and bring him back for one more year. Who do you do?
How much are we bringing him back for?
Just something much nicer than his 18 million cap hit.
I mean, he's coming back. He's supposed to be coming back for like $20 million a year.
Yeah,
we're bringing him back at like $6 million.
My question is, do you want him back, or is it time to move on and just take the savings? That's basically what it comes down to.
Well, I want Harrison Smith back until he's like 70 years old. But unless he's coming back for like $5 million, he can go bye-bye. We're gonna send him out on a real. We're gonna give him a real nice ceremony. It's gonna be really nice. Harrison, thank you. But he's gone.
Yeah, it looks like everybody in the comments wants him gone as well. And it's time. It's time. His play fell off last year. I hate to say it, but it is time. Griff Daddy's here, and he likes turtles.
Hey, Griff Daddy. Is he? There he is. He does like turtles. Griff Daddy. Griff Daddy.
And hopefully he retires. I'd hate to see him go to Dallas and play here with Zimmer.
He ain't going anywhere else. He'll retire.
I would think so. I think he can hang him up. All right, so one bar is going to do under a minute with Underdog. He needs to be sponsored by somebody because then you pick if he wins or loses, then you will get the hat. So
yeah, if somebody, whoever wants to sponsor me, if you can say I'm going to lose or win, and if you get it right, you win a hat and a shirt.
Do they need to come on to sponsor you and root you on during this?
No, that'd be awkward because I don't think I'm going to do very well. So
we're looking for a new face, Harmsy. We love yours, but
well, I mean, they're not coming on, so it doesn't matter. To sponsor, I mean, you got to be a member or become a member. So if somebody wants to become a member quick or something like that, that'd be great. In the meantime, we'll just talk about life in general. I'm glad Griff Daddy is here.
Nitzberg said he'll sponsor you.
Well, we don't really have a way to sponsor. Everybody wants to sponsor. Monamita says all sponsor.
All sponsor.
Not aisle.
Uh-oh,
There
Griff Daddy.
Griff Daddy.
We got a sponsor. That's what we're waiting for.
Griff Daddy has to predict. I don't know the question. He has to predict if I will get it right or wrong.
Yeah. What do you think, Griff Daddy? Will he get it right? Will he answer enough in the time allotted, or will he fail?
And you can say fail because really, to be honest, confidence is not high.
I think. No, I'm not gonna say anything.
Confidence is not overly high. So
he gets it right. He said he trusts you. He's going with you. All right, you ready?
Yeah, I don't know what the question is. Here
is the question. The Vikings last year in free agency 2023 signed 7 players from other teams. Name 5.
Hold on. I need one clarification. Does this include in-season free agent signings?
No, it says the free agent period March to start of the draft. Like the key free agency.
7 of them?
7 from different teams.
Jesus.
Ready?
I'm gonna fuck this
Go.
Up. All right, we got Byron Murphy. We got Marcus Davenport. We got Dean freaking Lowry. Jesus. David Quisenberry?
That was not the window.
Brandon Powell.
Correct. You need one more. You need one more. Can't believe you even said this guy.
Munt.
that was the year before.
Fuck. I don't know. How much time do I have left?
20 seconds. 20 seconds. There's 3 left.
Jonathan Bullard, TJ Smith.
Everybody's yelling at who it is.
How much
5
time?
seconds. 5 seconds.
Oh, Oliver.
Oh, you just snuck it in there, Josh. Jesus Oliver.
Christ. How many were there total?
There were 7 total. You got 5.
What were the other 2?
Troy Reeder. Remember him?
He doesn't count.
And Jovan Williams was a late signing.
So did I get it right or wrong?
No, you got 5. That's all you had to get. You just got 5.
That was. I can understand when people come on and very, very stressful.
It was just so funny. It was all of it.
Sure
when you forgot about
Smith wasn't one?
Not in that window. I think didn't we have him the year before too?
Christ, I think we've had him for 10 years. Well, Griff Daddy gets a shirt and a hat.
Well done, Griff Daddy. Email us, onebarlupagus@gmail.com.
Oh, man. DJ Raider. Wow.
Troy Reader, you mean? Yeah, I forgot about Reader. What a shitty player.
Reisner's wrong. BK says I was cheating. I wasn't cheating. I'm not. I'm a lot of things. I'm not a cheater. I don't even have the comments up.
I don't think you cheated. I trust you. I trust you.
If I was cheating, I would have the depth chart in front of me. Much easier.
Get like 8 seconds to get them all. All right. Well, that's it.
Yes, it is. That is it for the evening. Remember, we're going live Tuesdays and Thursdays every goddamn week, and we appreciate everybody who came on. Everybody subbed.
Hell yeah. Everybody who donated today. Wow. Commented. We appreciate all you guys. Again, yeah, Tuesday will be mock draft centric. Just be mock drafts, what we're going to be doing every Tuesday now until the draft. So hell yeah. And guys, remember this. In 1725, Mary Toft, if you guys remember her, she managed to trick doctors into believing she had given birth to rabbits. How did Mary do this, you ask? Well, she shoved rabbits up her vagina and then pushed them out.
Oh, Mom?